Hello. Are you an energy healer looking to discover more modalities so you can broaden your practice? Or are you a spiritual seeker, possibly just trying to learn everything you can about energy work and energy medicine so that you can just immerse yourself in this field? Or maybe you're just starting out and you're interested in the field of energy, but not really quite sure where to start. Possibly you've encountered some energy healers who are a little bit too woo to understand, and you're looking for the straight goods on how it all works without that mystical, touchy-feeling language that gives us all a bad rap. Well, then you've come to the right place. Welcome to my show. My name is Renu Arora, and this is Spirituality Meets Science. I do a form of energy healing called the accelerated release technique. I'm the creator of that modality. And the way I work is by working with a person's subconscious to release, by accessing the subconscious, releasing emotional, physical, mental, even spiritual issues. And once they're released from the subconscious, they just seem to vanish. To my clients, this looks and feels like magic. But like any good magic trick, once you understand how it all works, you realize that there's nothing mystical about it at all. And in fact, with just a little bit of knowledge and understanding, we can recreate that magic for ourselves. So what am I here for? What's my purpose? What I want to do is make energy healing, energy work accessible and understandable for everyone. I want to show you that it's not just for those few rare gifted folks who are born with that natural intuition on how it works. So if you're ready to be empowered with new knowledge and new understanding about how the world really works, then I would love to introduce you to today's topic. So today we are discussing a modality called access consciousness bars, otherwise known as access bars, or sometimes even just the bars. So what we're going to be covering today, so what access bars, what it is, how it works, some of the science behind it, and even how what it's used for. So some general knowledge about access bars. Before I get too much further, I'd really like to welcome all our viewers today, our live and our replay viewers. If you're watching live right now, then you'll find that there's a chat box next to the video screen. And you know what we're going to be discussing. If you're interested in the bars and you want to know a little bit more information than what we're in the middle of, then please throw your question in there, and we are going to do our best to answer that during the show. And one reminder, don't forget to stick around until the very end of the show, where I will do a live demonstration of my modality, the accelerated release technique, with a viewer. And if you're interested in volunteering, then again, put that in the chat box, and maybe you could be my volunteer. Without further ado, I'd like to welcome today's guests. I have with me Tess Adams. She is a life coach and energy worker. She has experience in many modalities, but is especially drawn to the many body processes that access consciousness teaches. She uses those extensively for herself and her clients, and she intertwines them in her coaching so she can give her clients the best that she can offer. So Tess, thank you so much for joining our show. Please let us know a little bit more about yourself.
Sure. Thanks for having me. And I love your approach to this whole subject, because a lot of people are skeptical about energy work and really want to see the proof in the pudding before they try it, and they want to see what the science is behind it. So I appreciate that. Yeah, people can find me on Facebook, and I have a website, tessadamscoaching.com, and they can find me at Vibrant Living by the Sea. And yeah, I've been practicing for a while, and I teach access bars in classes, and I am a life coach, and I do combine the two together. So one quick little thing about when you're having your bars run, we encourage people to talk. So it's not like Reiki. We encourage you to talk, and that way the energy. So
okay, thank you. We're having a little bit of trouble with your sound in there, so we might have to work out a couple of technical difficulties if that continues to be a problem. I'll tell you what to do to fix that. My next guest is Anca Moraru. She is an Access Consciousness Bars practitioner as well, and she also is a Reiki master. Her mission is to bring ease, love, and light into the world. Anca, if you wouldn't mind telling us a bit more about yourself, what you do, where you do it, that would be beautiful.
Hi, everybody. So I'm a Reiki master and Access Consciousness Bar practitioner. I love to combine both of them in the session and create the calmness and flow from the Reiki and the excitement from bars. And it seems to work amazing for everybody that I did a session on. So yes, I'm excited about the subject. Bars really changed my life and the way I'm looking at myself and others around me. Mm-hmm. So definitely I encourage everybody to try it.
Wonderful. And I bet you they're going to want to try it after we dig a little deeper into it and get to let everybody know what it's all about. So I'm just going to take a brief moment away to do a little thing called a practitioner news. So as you all know, I've been training some new practitioners, and I had a few pieces of news that I wanted to share. I think I'm just going to limit it to one brief one today, and then I'll tell about the next one next week. So practitioners, as everybody knows, not just practitioners, ART has been a work in progress. So constantly researching, constantly learning more, finding out, because we do subconscious work. If you ask better questions, you get better answers. So as I said, I've developed this modality, and I've discovered that I've been taking shortcuts with my own modality. And what I've learned in the last week is don't do it. Don't take any shortcuts. Go, because there are two parts, and my practitioners will know this, that there's one element where we use the oh my goodness, law of attraction. There's a piece in there with the law of attraction, and there's followed by finding out the stuff that's underneath. Don't skip the law of attraction part. It takes a little bit more time, but don't skip it. The reason I can say this is I've been battling a cough for about 4 weeks now. And yesterday I finally, and I didn't actually get to finish doing the work I was doing, but yesterday I realized that I kept going back to this cough, and I wasn't doing the full modality properly to get to the bottom of it. And so last night I said, oh, why don't I try it? Why don't I just start from the very beginning? This cough is killing me. And so I did that, and today it's substantially better. What I realized is now I just have a tickle in my throat, so it's not the barking cough that I had. So now I have to go through the whole thing with the tickle that's remaining. So I still haven't done that. I just ran out of time. But yeah, the difference is huge. So don't take the shortcuts. You will get much better results if you just follow it right off, like just the way it's supposed to be. And I'll be honest, I have a feeling, being new practitioners, you're probably not taking shortcuts. So this might just be a lesson for me. But but if you've been doing it a while, it's a good refresher. So that is my little tidbit for today. Now we're going to go back to today's topic. Like I said, we are talking about access bars, or the bars. And so I honestly, I went into this not knowing anything about them. This was brand new to me. In fact, the first time I had, because people know that I'm doing this show and I'm looking for new modalities to explore and discuss and talk about. I had one woman say, hey, have you heard of access bars? And this wasn't in person, so it was just a little it was a text, and I caught myself. I did not respond, but my first thought was, "You want me to eat a protein bar? I thought we were talking about energy work." So I quickly went online and went, "Oh, she is talking about an energy modality." So I really know nothing about this one. Like, hadn't even heard about it. But having had a little bit of a chat with Tess before this, it's really fascinating. So I'm going to give you the broad view of why I think this is an important one to talk about. Or I've discovered with energy work, there's so many different types, and there's so many different ways of of getting to the underlying problem and releasing the stuck energy. Like, it's all about getting stuck energy out of our systems. That's the whole point of energy work. So this one is particularly fascinating, in which there are points on the head, which when connected, essentially they trigger the release of stuck energy. But the really neat thing is, different points correspond to different life issues. So I think that is just super cool, and I really am excited to learn more about that. And so that's as much as I'm going to talk about it, because that's as much as I know. I'm not gonna embarrass myself by providing false information, which you're going to have to correct for me. So so this sounds like it's going to be really fun, and I'm looking forward to it. So my first question is going to be for you guys. So what are the bars? What is access consciousness? Anca, did you want to field this one first? Anca?
Oh, yes. Sorry, I think it was a break. I didn't catch the name.
Oh,
it stopped right when you said my name. So the bars are 32 points on the head, where you have stored all your thoughts, ideas, belief, consideration, emotions, attitudes that you thought were important in a lifetime. Basically, the bars are the hard drive of your computer bank. It's like literally the stuff you have stored lifetimes after lifetimes. When you have your bars run, it's like hitting the delete button in your computer. So every time you have your run bars, different session, there are new things coming out. Clearing.
okay.
So,
all right.
Yes.
So, all right. So we're hitting the delete. What does a bar session? Well, actually, before we get to that, so where did this come from? Like, let's sort of dig a little deeper right now. Tess, do you want to tell me where the bars are from? Like, how did this originate?
Sure. Founder of Access Consciousness, Gary Douglas, went to a chiropractor. He was having an issue, and he went to a chiropractor, and happened to be Dr. Dane Here, who is now big part of Access Consciousness. And Gary was basically shown through, I guess you could call it an energetic download. He was basically shown how energy gets stored in the body and it gets locked in, and how to unlock it. And he worked with Dane, and they basically crafted it and designed it. And yeah, it was I believe about 20 years ago. So it's not like it's brand new. It's just not a lot of people have heard of it. Yeah, in certain areas. There are places in the States and in Australia that is quite widely known. But that's basically where it got started. Yeah.
Okay, so what would it be used for? Anca, do you want to fill that one?
Go ahead, Anca.
Yes, so to be used, it's, for me personally, I used to change my point of view about my body, about my health, about the judgments.
Okay, so so you got into it from so you had a session done first? Like that's what.
Yes.
Okay. Well, why don't you
Yes.
talk about a little bit more about how it impacted you?
Hugely. I walked into a room with lots of women talking, having fun, discussing pretty loud about everything in their life. And they had this bars exchange. And I walk in a place to learn, right? So I'm like, how am I supposed to relax or feel in this environment, right? I was having in the mind of healing modality, right? More like Reiki.
Mm.
And the lady said, no worries, just, lay down, just experience, right? And 5 minutes into the session, I couldn't feel my legs, I couldn't feel my hands, my arms. I was getting so relaxed, and everybody around me was talking and laughing and telling story and exciting. And I think even the TV was on, and it was like so loud. And I'm like, how am I supposed to relax in this room? I'm like, how am I supposed to enjoy this session? And slowly, I was like in a bubble. And I was so relaxed, and I enjoy all the way. And at the end, I get off the chair, and I'm like, oh my God. Like I felt so much space around me. I felt like everybody that was talking in that room, it was like far away from me. I wasn't, to say bother or, just didn't feel that presence so close.
Oh,
so I
neat.
felt very spacious. So it was amazing. From that moment, I said, I want to know more about it, right? Because it was such an amazing change. And just from after one bar session.
Okay.
That's it. I got hooked.
You got it. So Tess, how about you?
And I'm practicing. Yes.
Tess, how about you? How did you get into this? And what kinds of things can people work on?
It's probably easier to say what can't be worked on than what can be worked on. In fact, I don't know
what can, so people can wrap their head around it, and then you can.
Yeah, and there are things like issues like cancer, issues like, Gary Douglas himself was on the table having his bars run, and he was pigeon-toed when he got on the table, and his feet were completely shifted when he got off the table. So
Wow.
that's the physical, something that shifted in him physically.
That was one session.
Yeah, one session. I had some issues around my hips because of a hysterectomy. My muscles were very strained and so on after the hysterectomy, and during one session they just relaxed and my hips went back into place. Yeah, it lowers blood pressure. It aligns and opens up all your chakras. It gets your meridians open, wide, and flowing. It starts a detox. Your body starts to completely detox. There's so many things that are going on.
Okay, so because you said there's 32 bars.
Yeah.
So now this is me getting really technical. So you said like you ran your hips, he ran his feet and stuff like that. Like is it like there's different combinations and permutations that do different things? Like there's not a number, but there's a lot that
everyone's body has different blocks in different places.
Yeah.
And what you go in thinking that you know what the issue is frequently isn't really the issue. It's really blocked somewhere else.
How do you know which bars to run?
You run them all. And
okay.
let the body do what it needs to do. It's not really the practitioner that's really, the only thing we do is connect both ends of the bar. That's all that we do. The body is really doing the healing. The body itself is doing the work. And we learn how to communicate with the body that sometimes people are in zero gravity chairs having their bars run, and sometimes they're on massage tables. It depends. My first session, I was with just the practitioner. I wasn't like Anca. I wasn't in a bar share or a bar swap situation, so it was just myself and the practitioner.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, we place our hands very lightly on, connect both ends of the bar, wherever the bar is, and we usually run in 2-3 bars at the time. So, and it's there might be there's a money bar, there's a healing bar, there's a love bar, there's a joy bar, sadness, all of those things that relate to our lives, where we might have suffered a trauma. Mm-hmm. Something that's really being researched right now is the effect on PTSD that running the bars has. Yeah. There's a Dr. Jeffrey Fannin, who is doing a study right now on the effects that running the bars has on PTSD. And it's tremendous, the stuff that we're seeing coming out of that. Mm-hmm. So, it unlocks traumas. It unlocks, the body. When the body experiences, or when someone experiences a trauma in their life, it gets locked in energetically. Yeah. And having the bars run allows the body to let that go. So, if someone's on medication, that kind of thing, depression, that's another thing. A lot of my clients come to me because they feel they're suffering with depression. Mm-hmm. And I've seen clients come off their depression medication. Right. Working with a doctor, I'm not here to advise them medically, but working with their own doctor. And so there's a lot of things that you can see tremendous shifts in.
How many sessions would it take to, like, depression or PTSD or whatever? Like, these are heavy duty issues. How many, like, how long would you expect a person?
It probably depends on the person. Yeah. It's not like writing a prescription and saying you need this once a week or you need this once a month or whatever. There are, it's basically when your body knows it needs it again, you see the signs. I tell my husband when he's starting to get cranky, okay, get in the table, it's time, your bar's run. There's different signs to look for, but it's your body saying, okay, all right, I need a defrag here,
Okay, so all right, we'll give Anca a turn. How long? So you said you run all your bars. So is a typical session is there a typical length for a session?
It's between 1 hour, an hour and a half. Depends how long you feel the need to hold those points.
Okay. All right. But it is sort of a standard protocol that you follow each time?
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
Yes and no. There are shortened versions that we can use of that. It can be as quick as 20 minutes. If we know we don't have a long period of time, we can actually do it in a shorter period of time. We just don't do all the bars. We do something called the implant bands, and that's where things like your button pushers live. Like, not that you have a button pusher in your life. I'm sure you don't, but. No. Who has button pushers? But that's where we start, and that's where we tend to be the longest.
Yeah, sure. Okay, one of my favorite things is to ask about the science behind. We didn't talk about that. I have to talk about the science. So, Tess, do you want to?
Sure.
Teach some science.
I found that someone sent me a link to a video that was done by Dr. Lisa Cooney, and she studies thermometry, so that you can see body scans that she does, and she did an independent study and focused on what happens in the body when you have your bars run. And I've linked it to my my website. It's on my website, and it's also on my Facebook, so you can watch it anytime you want. It's also on YouTube. But she did a study. She followed 3 women, and she did body scans on them before they had their bars run, and then she did body scans on them after they had their bars run. And you can see how many of the issues they explained their symptoms and everything, beforehand, and she has it in the video, so you can see that they're common symptoms. There's nothing that's really uncommon. But they explained their symptoms, and then she scanned those parts of the body. Well, you can see the whole body scan, and then you can see how it's changed. And she explains how the body goes into a natural detox phase while the bars are being run. So you can see some areas just not lit up at all anymore. And some areas are lit up, like with yellows, and she explains the colors and so on, but how it's just a natural detox process. And then the women themselves explain how their body shifted after they had the bars run. So it can be immediate results. You can see it right on the table while the bars are being run, but it can also happen over a period of time, because when the practitioner is done, the bars don't stop running. They continue to run until the energy is dissipated in the bars. So some say that could take like 3 days for that to complete, and some say with life just piling on stuff, it might not stop. So so it's not just something that happens on the table and then it's over.
Cool. One thing we were talking about before we started, so that's really neat that we can actually see the difference between like a before and after. Like that's pretty cool. That would be pretty exciting to see. So we'll have to pop over to your website to take a look at that afterwards. One of the things that we talked about earlier before the show started, which I don't think has really come out, and again, one of those things I think is pretty neat. You mentioned a lot of the physical stuff. You mentioned cancer, you mentioned pigeon toes, all that kind of stuff. The mental, emotional stuff. You'd said love bars and sadness and whatever. So you want to talk a little bit about the other kind of stuff that gets stored and can be released during a bar session.
Sure. There are 3 bars that go up behind kindness, gratitude, peace, and calm bars. And there's a healing bar. There's 32 different kinds, but they're all related to different facets of our lives. And what I've experienced having bars run myself and then as a practitioner is that you're so relaxed. Your brain actually goes into a different state. It goes into a different rhythm. So you're very relaxed. Your adrenals are relaxed. Your cortisol level drops. Your blood pressure drops. There's so much physically that goes on. When you get off the table, you feel so relaxed. You feel like you've had a head to toe massage, but you really, haven't had a massage, but you feel very relaxed. As Anca explained, you feel like you have peace because you feel you have space. You don't feel tight and worried. You don't feel stressed out about all the little things that you're worried before you get on the table. All of a sudden, you don't feel
about money beliefs and stuff like that as well. Like, this is the stuff I don't think people quite got from what you've described so far.
Yeah, exactly. So the money bar, if we run the money bar, then you can release the beliefs that you've had, that you've been taught, that you've absorbed, basically, and locked in energetically. Because we can hopefully retrain our brain, our thinking. Okay, we identify a limited belief. Okay, money's hard to come by. Right? Well, you can identify that and you can talk yourself out of it and understand that theoretically. But what you need to do is let go of it energetically.
Right.
It's a whole different level.
Yeah, right? That's what I wanted people to understand, that beliefs, actually this is what Anca was saying, beliefs, attitudes, emotions, that all that stuff can get stuck. Yeah. And so the bars can release that as well, which it's so much fun doing this kind of work. Okay, last question before we have to, we really do have to wrap up. So this is something, this is like a physical manipulation. So this is not something that can be done distance. Like there's a number of energy, like Reiki and such, can be done through distance. So if it's something that's a physical manipulation, is this something that you can do for yourself?
We can teach people how to run a couple of bars themselves. But with the hand positions, it makes it very difficult to actually do a session for yourself. But when a practitioner does it on you, they're adding their energy to it. So it's about, Gary says it's 1,000 times more powerful if you have someone else run your bars. So it is technically possible to run a few bars for yourself, but it's much more beneficial to have someone do it for you.
All right. Well, with that, we are going to close the discussion, and because the next thing we're going to do is have you guys tell us a bit more about where you're located, where you're at. I just want to thank you both so much for being here. I really appreciate it. You were wonderful guests and great spokespeople for the bars. So please, I'm going to ask you to just let us know how we can reach you. So if somebody wants a bar session, like I don't think either of you told us what city you live in. So that's going to be important information to let us know. So Anca, why don't you tell us first? How can we reach you if we want a session?
Yes, so I live in Mississauga, Ontario. It's in Toronto area, GTA, and I can be contacted by my cell phone number 416-270-9748, or by email at ancadanym. And I'm welcome everybody to try and allow to receive a bar session. That's another thing that bars taught me, it's to allow to receive. Enjoy.
Okay. I'm not sure we caught the last little bit of your email address, but what we're going to do is on the YouTube site and then on my website, I'm going to make sure all your contact information is listed there for anybody who views that. And Tess, you too, please tell us a bit more about where we can find you.
Anyone can find me on tessadamscoaching.com. And there's a page dedicated to the access bars, so where they can find out information and contact me through that. They can also contact me through Vibrant Living by the Sea on Facebook. And they can also find me on the Access Consciousness site. I'm in Nova Scotia. I'm in Port Dolly, actually, which is a little place in the South Shore. But I travel. So if someone's in a different part of the province, I don't mind going to them. I have a massage table in the back seat, so no problem.
All right, you're portable.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you again so much. That does bring us to the end of our show. Just to let you know, next week's topic is kind of a different one. It's called the 3 bodies. Dr. Anup Kumar, he got in touch with me. This is a sort of a theory he's been working on, and it's something that he wants to explore with us on this platform. So he'll be coming in, and we'll be discussing. This is a more of an energy work in general, as opposed to a particular modality next week, and that should be fun and exciting to talk about. If you like what you've seen and you're interested in seeing more episodes of the show, then please follow me on Facebook or go to my website and sign up for my newsletter. It's healfromyourpast.com. On Facebook, it is facebook.com/healfromyourpast. So I'm really easy to find. Yeah, and again, if you like what you saw, then share it with your friends and let them know as well. So that brings us to the end. Anca, I know you had to go. I don't know if you have to go just yet. We don't have any live viewers at the moment, but thank goodness, Tess, you agreed that if we didn't have anyone, we did have people in and out, but not right now. So Tess, if you are still good with letting me do a demonstration of ART, you're nodding. So thank you so much. I'm gonna go ahead and move on and and do that now, and then I'm gonna go work on the tickle in my throat. All right, so what I mentioned earlier, so Tess, I do subconscious work, and I don't have the same kind of direction to release negative beliefs and stuff like that through just touching points, but I do the same kind of concept, but by talking to the subconscious, identifying the limiting beliefs, and asking the subconscious to release them. Pretty much how it works. So let me to explain further. Oh, Anca's gone. I didn't see your leaf. But that's all right. So what I was going to say. So the way that the accelerated release technique works is normally when a person comes to me for an actual session, they would come with a problem that they want to work on. And I would essentially go in and uncover what is the stuck energy that's triggering that problem to be manifested. So what's the event that took place, or what is the limiting belief, or the stuck emotion, or the combination, because obviously it can be a whole whack load of things all leading to one problem that they're trying to address. In this context, we're that can be far too complicated to do for a simple demonstration. So what we do in this case is I flip that concept on its head. So instead of asking the subconscious, here's the problem, tell me what's causing it, I say, okay, subconscious, do you have an event that you'd really like to release? Like, is there something in particular that you'd like to see gone from your energy? With the idea being, if your subconscious says, yes, there is, it's probably something pretty big. It's probably something that it has been trying to get your attention to release. We just haven't gotten to it yet. So so what we're going to do, if you're good with it, is identify an event that you've been holding on to that you may not even know that you've been hanging on to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we will let that one go. Sounds like fun?
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, no matter, like, one of the things about this, since it's all subconscious work, you don't actually have to tell me anything. Like, if we hit something, you go, ooh, yeah, don't really want to share that with the world. You don't have to. There's no need to give me details or anything like that. If you can just let me know that I'm on the right track. If I say, okay, I've got these clues and here are the people involved, you can just say, yeah, I know what you're talking about. I've got an event that fits that description.
Yeah. So you need feedback from me then.
Yeah, I will need a little bit of feedback just to know that I'm on the right track. Okay. Because the subconscious likes, well, it's really the ego in this case, but we create something called drama. The ego likes to protect us. It doesn't always want to let us deal with our stuff.
Yep.
So it creates little, it makes things cloudy. So it makes things hard to, like, it clouds our memories. It'll sometimes send me on a wild goose chase. Like, I will get answers that make no sense. And you'll have to say, no, that doesn't make any sense. And I'll have to go, oh, let me just check if there's a little drama. Okay, there's drama. Let me just clear that all up. And then I will get a whole different set of clues. So yeah, a little bit of feedback does help me. It goes a lot quicker that way. Okay. And I'm just going to move up a little bit because I use a pendulum to connect with the subconscious, and I'll try and go high enough that you can see what's going on. Ooh, yeah, I can do that. Let me even see if I can go higher. You might wind up cutting off my face, but you know. There we go. See enough. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is ask if I can connect with Tess, and a front to back motion is a yes. And then I'm going to ask, do I have permission to access all parts of Tess's energy, unconscious, conscious, physical, and spiritual, as well as everything across the timeline? It says no, but that's really normal because most of us don't wander around saying, please have access. Yes, just you, anybody. So we protect ourselves. So it's shifting. It's shifting, and there we go. Now we're in. So it just takes a moment sometimes. All right, so now I do have that permission to get in. So what we want to do is ask, do we have permission to access the most important or pressing life event that is seeking release? We do. Actually, before we get there, I'm just going to make sure your ego is going to give me the right event. So with respect to this event, is your ego in balance? No, it's not. Hang on. Oh, but it's shifting. It's like, yeah, okay, maybe we do want to deal with this. All right, so it is in balance. And is it going to give us permission to work on this? Is it for your greatest good for us to work on this? And it's 100% safe, giving us 100% permission, denying us at 0. Okay, cool. So we have permission to access the most important life event. Seeking release. Yes. Is there any drama around this event? Yeah, there's some drama. Is the conscious self creating this drama? Then we demand the drama be released. Is there any more drama around this event? No, there isn't. All right. So if there's no drama, how many clues will help us figure it out? Is it 1 clue? No. 2? No. 3? No. 4? Okay, 4 clues. We have our work cut out for us. The first clue is in column A. Yes, 1 through 10. No. 11 through 20. No. 21 through 30. 31. 32, 33, 0. There's drama. There's drama here. There's drama here. All right. I demand the drama be released and collapse the timeline around the drama. Any more drama? All right. To release this drama, is there a lesson that needs to be anchored? Yes. A core belief that needs to be released? Nope. Other emotions, beliefs, or attitudes? Nope. Any drama around the lesson? No. Is it one lesson? Yes. Is the lesson 1 through 20? 1 through 10, 11 through 15, 16, 17, 18, 17. Okay, so what's going on is there's something you need to learn. It's like there's something uncomfortable around the event. And it's only uncomfortable because there's a lesson that you need to learn and we call it anchor in. So the lesson, excuse me, is number 17. Do I have to read the whole lesson? No. All I have to do is tell you what it is, and then we're going to let your subconscious shift. It's going to anchor it in. So what it says, I'm going to ask if it's been anchored, is faith is the ability to trust in your spiritual connection. Do not just rely on intellect. All right, so we're just going to wait until that's anchored and it's shifting, it's doing its thing. All right. Okay, you know what? I love my logo wear, but it really doesn't make for good pendulum work. So we are taking baggy sleeves off. And all right, so now is there any more drama around those clues? All right. Now, are there 4 clues? No. 1, 2, 3. Okay, it's just 3. Any in column A? No. Column B. Column C, 1 through 10, 11 through 20, 21 through 30, 21 through 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 29. Okay. C29 is our first of 3 clues. So what we're doing is we're essentially, it's like we're about to describe a scene in a movie. So we're finding the people involved, the different emotions the people were feeling. So these aren't necessarily all yours, but they're just clues at this point in time. So C29 is our first one. And then it says liar or lies. So somebody's lying to somebody. Liar or lies. Okay, the second clue. Is it in column C? No, column D. Yes, 1 through 10. 11 through 20, 21 through 30, 21 through 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 20. Oh, also D29. Okay, C29 and D29. Rudeness. Liar and lies, rudeness. The third one, column D. No, column E, yes. 1 through 10. Yes, 1 through 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8. Okay, so that's E8. And sorrow. So liar, lies, rudeness, and sorrow. Okay, again, any drama around this? No, so should, feels okay. All right, so liar, rudeness, sorrow. Let's find out when this took place. Did it take place during adulthood? No. Was it before the age of 15? Yes. Before the age of 10? before the age of 10, before the age of 5. No, age 5, 6, 7, 8, 7. Age 7 is what we're looking at this point in time. Before I go any further, like we can narrow it down, ask more clues, find out who's involved, all that kind of stuff. Does anything spring to mind around the age of 7 where those are the predominant clues? And it could be age 6, it could be age 8. Does anything just sort of pop into your head? Are you frozen or are you thinking? Uh-oh, I think we're frozen. I can't see you. This isn't good. I think we've just frozen on us. Oh. Tess, do you think you can hop out and back in? This hasn't happened before. How are we going to do this? How are we going to do this? Okay, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to release it on your behalf. And we're just going to keep going. And hopefully you're going to pop out and come back in, and we will just keep going. So this life event, is there any drama around the life event? Nope. All right. So we said no drama. So those were the clues. Yeah, age 7. Okay. Is there a contract associated with it? There's a contract in order to release it. Is there a lesson that needs to be anchored? Nope. Core beliefs that needs to be released? Yes. Other emotions, beliefs, or attitudes? Yes. Any drama around them? No. Any drama around the core belief? Okay. So you should be coming out and back in a second. All right, then what I'm going to do is wait a second, I think. That's probably my best bet. Hopefully she'll back, or she's going to send me an email saying she couldn't make it. That'll make me very sad. Well, while I'm waiting, what we can do, or what I should let you know is anybody who wants to have a demonstration like this done, then you also can have one done for free. It's a thing I do because ART is so new. I want everybody to try it out. I want everybody to experience it. So you can go to my website, and if you sign up for my newsletter, then you can get a demonstration. You're back. Hello.
Sorry.
That's okay. So where were we? We said the 3 clues were liar/lies, rudeness, and sorrow around the age of 7. So did anything spring to mind around that time, or do I have to investigate a little further?
It's funny because just until you got to the last part where I was 7, I could have sworn I knew exactly what it was referring to.
Oh, really?
But then
you know what? There could be drama. Hang on. Is there some? Yeah, there's drama. That's where the drama comes in. It tries to lead me off the trail. All right, so I got to release that drama. Is there? In order to release it, actually, we identify the drama, so I demand the drama be released and collapse the timeline around it. Any more drama? Yeah, there's still some drama. So, in order to release this drama, is there a lesson to anchor? Yes. A core belief to release? Nope. Other emotions, beliefs, or attitudes? Nope. Is it one lesson? Yes. Is there drama around this lesson? Nope. Is it in 1 through 20, 21 through 40, 41 through 50, 51, 52? Lesson 52. Do we have to read this aloud for Tess? No. Yeah, no, I had that happen once where I had a completely different age, and she's like, I can think of something more recent, not way back then. I'm like, let me just check the drama. And that's what it was. That's all it was. But I can't release the event entirely unless all the drama around it is gone. So this one says, and has been anchored in, it says, share in and allow for the happiness and successes of others. So, does that make some sense with respect to the event itself?
Share in and allow
for happiness and success of others. It's basically, you know what, if somebody else is doing well, it doesn't mean that you're bad, and and the other part of it, if somebody else, if you're doing great and somebody else can't be happy for you, that's their problem, not yours.
Right. Okay.
There's the two issues there. Okay, any more drama here? Okay, so now what's the age? Is it during adulthood? No. Is it before the age of 15? No. Okay, 15, 16, 17. Are we closer to 17? 18. Because now I'm getting around 17, not 7.
Yeah, no, I think it was even older than that.
I'm getting 17 now. Any more drama here? I'm not getting any more drama.
Okay.
Okay, so let's think about something around the age of 17 with those clues then.
Okay.
Well, let me ask, are you thinking of the life event that is in question? Oh, no, but they're related. It's the end, no, but you're on the right track.
Okay.
So is this part of a pattern? It's part of a pattern. Interesting. So what you're going to find, this is actually cool. I haven't gotten to see this happen. So basically what's happened is that first life event got stuck. And so you've got those emotions. They're still sort of trapped. Now it's like that cluster of emotions has repeated itself a few times in your life. So the one you're thinking of is a later iteration. It started at the age of 17.
17. Okay.
That's what it is.
Interesting.
So, because what we're going to probably find is actually, let's find out. Is it important to identify? Yeah, it still wants to identify. Your subconscious is still saying, yeah, let's get the first one done.
Okay.
All right, so age 17,
okay.
rudeness, liar and lies, and sorrow.
Okay.
Let's find out who's involved. Besides you, is it one person? Two people. Two people. Any drama around either of these two people? Yes, there is. Is the conscious self creating it? Demand the drama be released. Any more drama around these two people? No. Is it actually two people? No. Is it one person? Okay. Any drama around this one person? No. Okay. So it's you and one other person. Let's narrow that down further. Is it a family member? I'm getting a yes, no to family. Like it's not a straight up yes, and it's definitely not a no. Any drama here? No, not drama. So is there somebody you either a close friend that you consider more family than friend, or an estranged family member that you consider more not family than family?
I have lots that would fit into that first category.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is it a close friend? Yes. So in this case, it was a close friend, and it was enough that when I said, is it family, it went, yeah, kind of.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so it's one of those. So around the age of 17.
Okay.
Anything coming to mind now?
Kind of.
Yeah, you got something?
Kind of. Yeah.
Okay.
It's yeah.
You're on the right track. You don't actually have it yet.
Okay.
So do we need more information? No, it's going to, is there any more drama here that we need to, oh, okay, let me just release some more drama. Okay, is this conscious level drama? No, okay, is there a lesson to anchor, a core belief to release, some feelings to release? Okay, any drama around the feelings? And then that drama be released and collapse the timeline of that. Any more drama around the feelings? No. Do we have to identify the feelings? Yes. Is it one feeling? Two feelings? One feeling. Is it in column A, 1 through 10, 11 through 20, 21 through 30, 21 through 25, 21, 22, 23, 24, 23. Okay, A23. So there's a more drama. There's a feeling that's stuck. And until we get rid of the feeling, you don't want to investigate underneath. A23 is control. So either feeling like you needed to be in control or couldn't be in control, or something about control around this event.
Okay.
And now that we've identified that, we release that from your energy. Is there any more drama here? Okay, now that that's been released, can you think about it? Is something else coming up? Something a little more clear?
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Now you got it. Now you got the event. Isn't that cool? You release one thing, then a memory pops up. I love it. Okay, so now what I'm going to ask you, and this because there's that pattern, I'm very curious to see if these both get released at one time. So you're tell me there, and we did that. We did say there is a pattern, and they're both connected. Awesome. And there's a contract. Oh, no contract. I thought there was. Okay. So when you think of this initial, like this first event, are there some emotions associated with it? Like some negative emotions, some could be sadness, could be anger, could be resentment, could be just embarrassment, could be like, I don't know, like I said, I don't need to know what the life event is. I just need to know that when you think about it, you go, yeah, there's something.
Yeah, a little bit of sorrow and a little bit of embarrassment.
Okay, all right. Yeah. So that's what we're going to work on releasing right now. So in order to release this life event, is there a lesson that needs to be anchored? Yes. Core belief that needs to be released? Nope. Some other feelings to resolve? Nope. Any drama around the lesson? We did say it was a lesson. Nope. Is it one lesson? No, sorry. Was it a lesson? No, it was a core belief. It was a core belief. Any drama around the core belief? Nope. Is it one core belief? Yes. 1 through 20, 1 through 10, 11 through 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 18. Okay, so the reason there's some stuck emotions is because there's a belief that got trapped in at the same time as that event. And it's belief number 18. Core belief number 18 is what we call it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to read the belief itself. And as I read it, your subconscious is going to say, well, it's going to go, yeah, that's me. That's totally my belief. Then I'm going to read the opposite. I'm going to read what we want your subconscious to believe instead. So we're going to give it something to shift into because it doesn't like to change without a good reason. So number 18 says, I always disappoint. Now the opposite of that. I realize that by trusting my inner self, I have a lot to offer. I always do the best that I can and never intentionally let down others or myself. And there you go, shift it. Okay, so having released that core belief, is there anything else remaining out of this life event? Oh, it's pretty straightforward. All right, so now when you think about that event, is there still the sorrow and embarrassment? Or like even a hint of it left? Because then it means there's still something else I have to resolve.
Is it common for the memory to completely shift?
Yeah, that can happen. Where you can't even, it's like, I can't even pull it out anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just sort of faded.
Yeah.
Okay. Go to that other one. The one that you thought it was.
Yeah.
Tell me how that one feels. Can't pull that one either, can you?
Not so much.
They were linked. That's what I mean about a pattern. So the one just sets you up to experience the same thing again, which like they were both just trying to get your attention.
Yeah.
Okay, so
that's awesome.
So that's how it works. So basically, what I said was what we just did. I use the description of looking at your life like it's a photo album. Most of the pictures are black and white. Like we go through this album, we say, oh, I remember when that happened, and I remember that, and yeah, that kind of sucked, but things happen, and that was fun, and but we can look at it, and there's no emotional attachment to it. It could have happened to anybody. It didn't even necessarily happen to us. Occasionally, you'll come across pictures that are bright, vivid color. You can remember all the details. You can remember who said what to whom, and oh my God, that made me feel so annoyed or so angry or so embarrassed. And when you think about it, it's like it feels like it happened yesterday. Like it's all there. It's all ready for you to touch, feel, sense. That is an unresolved life event. Those are life events that still have some sort of emotional charge, some sort of stuck energy. Mm-hmm. What we just did was drain the color out of that picture. So those, like the stuff with stuck energy, that's what's causing us problems, as you very well know. That's what causes us today's issues that we're trying to work through. So for some reason your subconscious said, this is your most important thing, this is what I'd really, really like to get rid of. So that's what we did today. So I don't know how you're going to feel the shifts in your life now, but I hope you keep me posted. Let me know what you feel.
I can see why I wanted to clear it, because when I look at it, it shifted a lot of things right in my core, but thought that, as I grow up and as I mature and everything, I let that go. But there was still a lot of charge on that. It was surprising how much charge was on that. So it now feels like the charge is off.
Yeah, it's gone. It's gone. Hey.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's fun. So thank you again for the interview and for being a wonderful foil for my demonstration.
Anytime.
Awesome. So it was a real pleasure meeting you, and I hope we keep in touch.
I bet. I certainly hope so. This is great. Okay. I'd love to learn more about this.
Wonderful. I am always happy to talk. All right. I will talk to you later, and we've actually still got a viewer out there. So thank you very much for joining us and sticking to the end. It was a pleasure to be here for you.
Great. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.